Hello and welcome to the Synergy Path Tarot 777. Thank you all for being here. Today I wanted to do a video. It's going to be a pick a crystal video. So it's like a pick a pile reading. And I have 3 different crystals here. I have the blue slice agate, a pink slice agate, and a purple slice agate. If you want to just take a minute to focus on what crystal's calling out to you, you can do that by pausing the video. I like to suggest taking 3 nice deep breaths in and slowly exhaling. So doing that 3 times, so that way you can ground yourself. That seems to work for me, or whatever works for you. You could choose your crystal and I'll meet you at your pile. Hello to those who picked pile number 1, the blue agate slice. This is going to be your reading. So this is going to be whatever messages Spirit feels like talking to pile 1 about. I am going to list all the decks that I use in the description box. I am going to start off with some tarot cards. The first deck that I am using is they're related to the traditional tarot cards. You could find that, most of them do relate to the traditional Rider-Waite tarot card deck, but it's also considered an oracle deck. But I am going to start pile 1 off with this deck here. So we're just asking Spirit, whatever Spirit wants to talk to pile 1 about. Those of you who picked the blue slice agate. If you feel like this reading, this pile isn't resonating with you, then you can always go back and choose a different pile. Once again, thank you all for being here and watching this video. I also want to give thanks to my guardian angels, my spirit guides and spirit team, and loving ancestors, and the Most High in the universe. Spirit, what would you like to talk to those who chose the blue slice agate about? What would you like to talk to them about? What messages do you have for pile 1? What messages, Spirit, do you have for pile 1? This is going to be a quick reading. And all the cards that I am going to take upright. All the cards that I'm going to take and all the decks I am going to take upright. All right, Spirit, what would you like to talk to pile 1 about? What messages do you have for pile 1, Spirit? What messages do you have for pile 1, Spirit? What would you like to talk to them about? We have 1 card so far. The first card coming out is Suffering in Silence. Number 9 card, Suffering in Silence. So those of you who did pick this pile, maybe you are going through a time right now where you are suffering in silence. Maybe you are dealing with anxiety. Maybe you're dealing with depression, worry. Maybe having a hard time sleeping or finding rest. Let's see what else Spirit would like to talk to you about. Spirit, what else would you like to talk to pile 1 about? What else? Or maybe even when it comes to the Suffering in Silence card, what else would you like to talk to them about? What else, Spirit? And the Suffering in Silence card, okay, we did have 1 come out. But the Suffering in Silence card, the number 9 card, is also equivalent to the 9 of Swords in the traditional tarot deck. All right, let's see what this other card is that came out. We have Temptation, number 15 card. And this card is related to the Devil card in traditional tarot. And what this card could talk about is fear, dealing with fear, dealing with maybe some type of a limitation, maybe limitation in the way that you're thinking, maybe limitation in the way that you're feeling, some type of limitation and fear. And temptation. The card is temptation. All right, let's see if we could get 2 more cards out. Spirit, what would you like to talk to Pile 1 about? What would you like to talk to Pile 1 about, Spirit? What would you like to talk to Pile 1 about, Spirit? Okay, we have 1 more card coming out. Let's see if we can get another one. Spirit, what else would you like to talk? Okay, well, there we go. That card fell on the floor. I'm going to grab that in a second, but we have Recognition and Reward, number 3 card. I'm going to pick that card up that fell on the floor. So the card that fell out on the floor is Triumph, number 7 card. So with Recognition and Reward, this is also equivalent to, let's see, it's the 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles in the traditional tarot deck. Recognition and Reward, and then we also have the Triumph card, which is equivalent to the Chariot card in traditional tarot deck. So let me kind of just fill into this energy right here. Move that over there. So we have Suffering in Silence, Temptation, Recognition and Reward, and Triumph. So overall, what I'm getting right now is that what this energy right here, which, you know, some may look at as something that is kind of a difficult energy to kind of deal with. Suffering in silence, going through something you feel like you're on your own, you're by yourself, and you're going through the motions. You're having some difficulty mentally, maybe even physically. You are having a lot of worry, and this is causing you. You're dealing with great fear. You're dealing with fear, and this is what's causing this mental anguish, this anxiety, this insomnia, this depression that you're going through. But then we do have Recognition and Reward. So what I'm getting is that, and with the Triumph card as well, with this Recognition and Reward and the Triumph card, you're kind of coming out of this energy that's up here on the top and moving into this energy that's on the bottom, where there are probably going to be individuals or a community, or maybe you are going to decide to reach out to others to kind of share with them what you've been going through. And that in that way, they will recognize, okay, what you're going through. So that way you're not suffering alone. Reaching out for help. Talking to family and friends, or even if you feel like you don't have any family or friends that's there to listen to you. Reaching out to maybe a counselor, a therapist, maybe some other resources you could find to kind of get help, so that you're not going through whatever it is that has been causing you this anxiety, this depression, to actually talk about it with someone. And that way you could kind of move away from this energy on top with this Triumph card, so that you can overcome this kind of like negative energy that you've been going through by reaching out to individuals, so that you don't feel alone. So actually moving forward, what I'm getting is moving forward to ask for help. And I know asking for help could be a tough thing. I know with me, sometimes I suffer in silence myself. There's things that, you know, I might not want to share, and I hold a lot in because I feel like maybe people are going through their own things, their own situations. Maybe nobody really cares about what I'm going through, you know. And that's really not a good way to think, because we end up, you know, yeah, sometimes it is good for us to try to figure out solutions on our own, but it's good to ask for help. We can't figure it out or hold it all on our own shoulders. We're only one individual. Sometimes we do need that community. We do need that help. Like I said, whether it be a therapist, a counselor, family, friends, you know, even online resources. You know, there's many numbers that you could call where there's individuals and their job is to be there to be a support for you. So, you know, there's many options. Just try to find resources and look into ways that you don't have to go through the suffering and silence alone. And try to move out of that energy of feeling like you're alone, okay? All right, so what I want to do is get some oracle cards. I am going to get, let's see. All right, so I'm going to use this deck here. Let's ask for some advice from Spirit. What advice do you have for Pile 1? Those who picked Pile 1, Spirit, what advice do you have for them in regards to this energy that we already have? And I know I brought up some things as far as like trying to seek out help and reach out, you know, so that way you're not fighting your battles on your own. But let's see what else Spirit would like to let you know in regards to some guidance with this energy here. Spirit, what advice do you have for Pile 1 in regards to this energy here? What advice, other messages that you have for Pile 1 in regards to this energy here? What else, Spirit? What other messages do you have, Spirit, in regards to this energy here? Other messages or guidance you have for this pile? Okay. So we have the ever-unfolding rose. Cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. So what I'm getting from this, the ever-unfolding rose, is that what you're going through right now, even though it might be heavy energy to deal with and kind of difficult period that you're in, what I'm getting is that a message from Spirit is that if you change your way of thinking, possibly instead of feeling like kind of taking yourself out of the mentality of like, oh my goodness, like this, why is this happening to me? Why am I going through this? Why am I suffering from this? To maybe look at it in a way of maybe it's not happening to you, but it's happening for you. So this period that you're in right now, although very hard, maybe very difficult, maybe you feel like, well, when am I going to get out of this energy? That whatever's happening is happening for a reason. It's probably moving you along into a path that's going to be better for you, more prosperous for you. Whatever this difficulty is, maybe it feels like a tower moment. Maybe it's there to kind of shake up your world and to get you to move along on a path that's more aligned with what or where you should be going. I just want to take a look at the bottom deck. Emotional withdrawal. Okay, so that's the card that was on the bottom of the first deck that I had used. Emotional withdrawal. So with this emotional withdrawal, this is similar to the Eight of Cups in traditional tarot. So those who know tarot know that the Eight of Cups is someone that's walking away from something, walking away from maybe emotional pain, walking away from a situation where there was nothing left. There was nothing left for them there in the past, and moving towards, you know, with this Triumph card, which is related to the Chariot card, moving towards a place that is meant for you. Maybe you're going through a transition. This energy might be, even though we didn't have any cards that talk about transition and transformation, but this does give me the energy of going through some type of transformation, where you're moving from something that's no longer suiting you, no longer allowing you to grow, no longer allowing you to learn from it. Maybe you learned all that you needed from it, and it's time for you to move on into something that's more suited for you, your next level up. That's going to help you to grow spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. All right. Let's see. I do want to get another card. I'll get another oracle card here. All right, let's see what other messages there are for group one. What other messages are there, Spirit? What other messages do you have for group one? What other messages do you have for group one, Spirit? That was quite a few that came out. I don't know if I'm going to take all of them. There's 4. We'll take it. Let's take it. All right, so we have be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. Be bold and make the first move. We also have work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. That's interesting that fears is being brought up, because we did have the Temptation card, which I said is traditionally the Devil card. And it does talk about fears. So working through your fears. We also have you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. And we also have your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. All right, so be bold and make the first move. Work through your fears. You and your loved ones are safe. Your commitment is being tested. So, you know, like I said, this energy that you're coming from, that you're being asked to move on from, it's not easy. You know, it's uncomfortable. It's like going through a transition, a transformation. And we do have Scorpio, and Scorpio is about transformation. We have the new moon in Scorpio. So being able to work through your fears of maybe the unknown and something new, and moving towards something different than what you're used to. And in this period of time, just know that you and your loved ones are safe, and you are being tested. It says your commitment is being tested. You're being tested to see if you're going to stay stagnated, or if you're going to go back to what's comfortable, or if you're going to keep pressing forward and move forward. Move forward to something that's new and something that's waiting and ready for you. Are you ready for it? Let's get some angel guide oracle cards. see what our loving angels, what your loving angels, those who picked file number 1, what messages they have for you. What messages do the loving angels have for pile 1 in regards to this reading? What messages will conclude pile 1's reading with some messages from the angels, loving angels? What messages do the loving angels have for pile number 1 to conclude this reading for them? What messages do the loving angels have for pile 1? What messages do you have? Okay. We have 2 cards coming out. We have no. And we also have vulnerability and freedom. And I do want to go to the book to get some deeper messages, more information on these 2 cards here. So we have the no card. Okay. So let's see. No. So the no card message. Your angels are drawn close at this time to help you recognize that the answer to the question on your mind is no. This is not the time to proceed. You may want to, but you are being encouraged to see beyond the current situation and understand that following through on your ideals may have a negative effect on the whole course of your life. Angels are swooping in because they want to save the day and save you a lot of heartache from a choice that is not heart-centered. If you are feeling upset or annoyed by this guidance, this is okay. You are allowed to have an emotional response, but in truth, there will be a part of you that already knows that what you are considering isn't the best use of your energy. All right. So maybe for some of you who are going through this, possibly went through a breakup, possibly was considering going back to something that you know it's time to move on from. Maybe you know it's not a good idea to go back to a situation or to entertain certain people or situations anymore. But you're thinking, well, is it that bad? It's okay. It's not the right time. It's not the right answer. So loving angels are saying no, don't do it. And then we have vulnerability and freedom. And for some of you, let's see, this vulnerability and freedom card is speaking about. Vulnerability and freedom. Angels are with you now to boost your confidence because they can see how harsh some of the experiences you have endured have been. They want you to know that vulnerability gives you the chance to find a strength that will bring you freedom. To move into that freedom, your angel guide is encouraging you to take some time today to connect with the parts of yourself that you love and admire. Know that your sensitivity is not a curse, but a gift. You are an emotionally connected soul, and although recent waves of emotion may have overwhelmed you, those emotions are great reminders of how much you care about living truthfully and in a positive way. So take some time now to value the traits and quirks that make you the unique person you are. That will allow the world to value them too. All right. Vulnerability and freedom. So maybe some of you have been judged on maybe how you are, maybe how you've handled some situations, your true self. Maybe there are individuals who had judged you on it. But do understand what the angels are telling you is that it's okay. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be different. Maybe others don't understand, they can't relate to it, but you are different. You weren't meant to fit in like everyone else. You have your own special gifts, own unique characteristics that make you you. And if those people, this isn't going to apply for everyone, but if it does resonate with you, or if you've been surrounding yourself around individuals who make you feel less than or not worthy of love, or making you feel that there's something wrong with you, you need to move away from that energy because those are not your people. Do understand that it's okay to be you. And when you do embrace yourself, love yourself, and accept yourself for who you are and who you were meant to be, there's that vulnerability that you allow in. And with that vulnerability of just being yourself, not caring, how others may judge you on it. If you're a loving soul, deep down inside, you're a loving, caring, compassionate individual. It doesn't matter what other people think. That vulnerability and you standing in that vulnerability will allow you to have so much freedom. You'll be like covered in freedom where you feel lighter. And then that earlier energy that we was getting before with this 9 card, the suffering in silence, and then this fear card as well, this energy that was coming out earlier. When you embrace who you are, love yourself, no matter what other people think of you, you loving yourself and it allows that vulnerability to come in. And with that is amazing freedom where you feel lighter and this energy is no longer going to be taking over you. All right, so pile 1, that was your reading. Thank you so much again for being here. I love you all. Please take care of yourselves. Until next time. Hello to those who picked pile number 2, the pink agate slice crystal. This is going to be your reading. So we're just asking Spirit what it is that Spirit would like to talk to you about. So we are asking Spirit what it is that Spirit would like to talk to you about. Okay. If you feel like this pile doesn't resonate with you, you can go back and choose one of the other piles if you like. So there's no specific message, no specific question that I have to ask Spirit. We're just going to have Spirit give us the message that I would like to talk to those of you who picked pile number 2 about. Spirit, what would you like to talk to pile 2 about, Spirit? What messages you have for pile 2? What would you like to talk to pile 2 about, Spirit? Okay. I am taking cards upright only. Upright only. Spirit, what would you like to talk to those who chose pile 2 about? What would you like to talk to pile 2 about, Spirit? Okay, well, I'm just going to take the first card here, okay? That is the King of Wands. We have the King of Wands. What would you like to talk to pile 2 about, Spirit? What would you like to talk to pile 2 about, Spirit? I am going to list the decks that I use in the description box, okay? What would you like to talk to pile 2 about, Spirit? We have a couple of cards that came out here. We have 3 cards that came out. We're going to take it, okay? So we have the Judgment card. We also have the 10 of Pentacles. And we have the 4 of Cups. On the bottom of the deck, we have the 4 of Wands. Okay, so let's just see. So the King of Wands has to do with a visionary, very passionate energy. Then we have the Judgment card as well that came out. So far what I'm picking up is that Spirit is calling those of you who picked pile number 2 into some type of action. There's something that Spirit is or has been calling you towards some type of spiritual awakening, a passionate new beginning. Maybe there's some type of creativity, something that you're good at, that spirit has been calling you to lean into. You're being called to do this thing, whatever it is that you have a passion about, maybe that you're good at doing, whatever, maybe a hobby or something that you're just really good at doing, being very creative, being a leader. Seems like Spirit wants to talk to you about this. Spirit is calling you to do that thing. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So what I'm getting to with that, this Ten of Pentacles, is that whatever this creativity or this passion that you have, that Spirit has been calling you to take action on, it's going to bring you some type of abundance, some type of physical abundance that's going to be good for you and your loved ones. But we have the Four of Cups here, and this Four of Cups shows a person that's sitting under a tree that's being handed a cup by Spirit, and they're not really acknowledging it. You know, it's like they're looking at the other cups, and it's like Spirit says, oh, look at this, here's a cup here, take this cup, focus on this cup. So maybe for some of you, this might resonate for some of you, that there is something that maybe you have been kind of putting on the back burner, not really giving any energy to, that Spirit is trying to get you to focus on. Spirit is trying to get you to focus on it, meditate on it, think about it. And then we have the Four of Wands, which is celebration. It shows some type of a celebration. I'd like to get some more cards on this energy here, Spirit. What it is? Oh, there's a few that fell on the floor and one that fell on the table. I'll take this. I'll put the ones that fall on the floor back. But this is the Ten of Cups. I'm sorry, the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups talks about a wish fulfillment. A wish fulfillment. So this thing here, this creativity that you have, will bring in a wish fulfillment for you. So I'm seeing that whatever this creativity is, that the spiritual awakening, this path that Spirit wants you to focus on, will bring upon a wish fulfillment for you. Can we get one more card, Spirit? Okay. I have the Queen of Cups. This is a lot of positive energy here. A lot of positive energy here. And this Queen of Cups talks about emotional fulfillment, emotional maturity. You see how the Queen of Cups is admiring her chalice, and she's looking at it, and you know, she's feeling like, you know, she's giving off the energy of fulfillment, being happy, content with it. So with this creativity, this thing, this passion that Spirit is calling you to kind of embrace and to take on, it will bring upon a wish fulfillment of yours, stability for you as well, and also emotional fulfillment. That's really positive energy, you guys. Alright, so I am going to grab another deck and get some oracle cards here. Let's get some oracle cards here. What other messages, Spirit, do you have for Pile 2? For those who chose Pile 2, what other messages do you have for them in regards to this energy that we've got so far? I'm just going to move those up right here. I don't have a big space that I'm using right now. So what other messages, Spirit, do you have for those who chose Pile 2? What other messages, Spirit? Alright, what other messages do you have for those who chose Pile 2, Spirit? What other messages do you have for those who chose Pile 2, Spirit? messages. Okay, we have one that came out. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So this card right here says trust your path. So it seems like Spirit is saying trust. This creativity, this thing that you're good at, this thing that you're being called to do, Spirit is saying that you could trust it. Trust that, you know, if you knew that you would be supported, and you do have the universe, you do have your spirit team that is there to support you in this, because this is what you should be doing. You know, and that thing is going to be different for everyone, but if you knew that if you take on that journey that Spirit is calling you to do, to go upon, to step into, you'll be supported. You'll be supported. Can we get one more message from this deck, Spirit? One more message for those who chose Pile 2, please, from this deck. This is going to be a quick reading, all right, just so you all know. All right, so we have one more that came out. Your answer is yes. Just say yes. Yes, just say yes. You are supported. Spirit is calling you to this action, to be a leader, passionate, creative. Spirit is inspiring you. You are inspirational. You can inspire others. You probably inspire others. Take on this thing that Spirit has been calling you to do. Like I said, it's going to be different for all of you. The Spirit is saying yes. Trust that your path will be supported. Step into, lean into that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful reading. All right, so I'm going to get one more deck to wrap up Pile 2 reading. And we're just going to get some messages from our loving angels, okay? We're going to get some messages from our loving angels. Your loving angels. The loving angels. Our loving angels. Your loving angels. Loving angels. What messages do you have for Pile 2 to wrap up the energy of this reading? What message do you have for Pile 2 to wrap up this reading? Our loving angels. Alright, we have one card right there that came out. Let's see. Healing energy. So we have healing energy. So the angels are sending you healing energy. Healing energy, whatever it is that's probably holding you back from starting this new endeavor, from really stepping into this new spiritual journey, new spiritual journey. Spirit is sending you healing energy, so that way it can no longer hold you back, and you can start moving forward to step into what it is that you're meant to do. I am sending you all love and light and wishing you the best. Love you all. Until next time. Thank you. Hi, Pile 3. This reading is for all those who chose the pink, I'm sorry, not the pink, the purple slice agate. This is for all of those who chose the purple slice agate. This will be a reading, messages that Spirit wants you to know right now. So far, Pile 1 and Pile 2 were completely different energies and readings. The messages were different for those two. So we'll see what comes in for your pile. And if this pile doesn't resonate with you, please feel free to choose one of the other piles. All right. So there's no specific message that I have in mind that I wanted to ask Spirit. So we're just going to let Spirit come on in and tell us what it is that they would like those who chose Pile 3, Crystal 3, to know, okay? These cards are so hard for me to shuffle. They're kind of still fresh. So I gotta get a little bit of wear and tear in them still. And I will list the decks that I am using in the description box. I'll list all the decks that I'm using in the description box. Alright, so, alright, wow. You know what? I'm going to take that card. It's the first card that flipped out, and it is the Star card. The Star card talks about hope. Let's see. What message do you have for pile 3? Crystal number 3, Spirit. What message do you have for those who chose 3? We have the High Priestess coming out. What message do you have? We have one that came out over there. These cards are coming out pretty quick. 8 of Swords. What message do you have for pile 3? We'll take it. We also have the 7 of Swords. So let me just fill into this energy right now. See what it is that Spirit does have for you. We have the Star card. We have the High Priestess and 8 of Swords and 7 of Swords. So the 8 of Swords could talk about constraints. It could talk about mental constraint. But this type of mental constraint is constraint that is due to the person's own doing. Like they're refusing to see clearly. They're kind of holding themselves hostage, being blinded to possibly the truth. We have the 7 of Swords, which talks about deception, strategy, being strategic, theft, maybe even dishonesty. The High Priestess could talk about our intuition. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. On the bottom of the deck, we have 6 of Cups. Okay. The 6 of Cups could talk about nostalgia. Could talk about memories of the past. All right, let's put that right here. All right, let's get some more cards. Spirit, what would you like those who chose crystal number 3 to know? More on this energy here. We have 2 cards that came out. We have the 2 of Cups. And we also have the Ace of Wands. So the 2 of Cups could talk about a loving relationship, a loving partnership. The Ace of Wands talks about a passionate new beginning. What I'm starting to think is that for some of you, maybe some of you are possibly coming out of the energy of being held back by a past relationship, an individual, a past partnership that you were in, being probably stuck in the past, possibly even romanticizing a past partnership or relationship that you were in, whether it be romantic, a platonic one, maybe a friendship, business, career, some type of partnership that you guys are kind of keeping yourself trapped in mentally by going back and thinking about it. But Spirit is saying that there is hope, because we do have the Star card, which talks about hope. So there is hope to kind of get out of that energy, that way of thinking, or possibly, you know, on the other end, maybe there's hope for a new beginning, in this relationship, in this past partnership. Maybe there is hope in the future to have a new beginning. I want to pull some more cards just to get some more clarification on what this energy is. I wasn't planning on pulling, well, using this deck, but we're going to use it to get some more clarification on what this energy is. Spirit, could you clarify some more, please, on what this energy is for Pile 3, the message you would like them to know? Maybe in this past relationship, you felt like maybe it was stolen from you with the Seven of Swords. Maybe you felt like someone had stolen this relationship from you, this person from you, this job from you, this title from you. Maybe you're stuck in that thought of, you know, in your mind about it, just thinking about it. Can you clarify, Spirit, please, more on the energy of what we have here so far? Could you please clarify the energy of Pile 3? What you want Pile 3 to know, Spirit? Please clarify it. Okay. We have two cards that did come out. We have Disruption, which is equivalent to the Tower card in traditional tarot. So Disruption, Tower card. So yeah, maybe there was a Tower moment in this this past energy. There was a Tower moment, which had probably brought some disturbance, because it says disruption. So there was something that happened in the past that has brought disturbance or disruption. Like I said, possibly in a relationship that you had with an individual, whether a family member, friend, or a romantic partner, or a job, or a business that you had. And we also have Rest and Rejuvenate. Rest and Rejuvenate is equivalent to, and this is a 4 card, this is equivalent to the, I believe it's the 4 of Swords in traditional tarot. Rest and Rejuvenate. So Spirit is telling you to take a mental break, take a mental rest. Maybe for a lot of you guys, you have been replaying over and over again of what you could have done differently. What if this happened? What if that happened? What if you did this? What if that person did that? Spirit is telling you to take a rest from overthinking. Take a rest from overthinking the possibilities, and, you know, yeah. Let's get another card. Spirit, what other messages you have in regards to this energy for Pile 3? All right. We have material and spiritual prosperity, number 6. So Spirit is saying to take a break, take a rest from overthinking this energy that was in the past. So that way you could bring more material and spiritual prosperity into your life. If you're staying stuck in the same place mentally, replaying things, sometimes that could lead us to not getting a lot of things done, not living in the now, being focused on what it is that we have in front of us, what we can put our energy into, to change our future. We don't have control over the past, you know. Although we might really wish how things could be different in the past, sometimes things happen for a reason. Sometimes things happen for a reason, falls apart, you know, like in this Disruption card related to the Tower card. Things fall apart so that way we could build on a more stable foundation. Because we also have the Ace of Wands here, which is a passionate new beginning. So whatever this Tower moment was, this energy was, this thing that had to fall apart, know it happened so that way you could start a new beginning. A new beginning somewhere else, a new beginning with someone else, or a new beginning with a certain individual that's related to this past energy, or just a new beginning that is totally different from this energy in the past. And with that new beginning, it's going to bring material and spiritual prosperity. And this is a number 6 card. And this number 6 card is also related to the 6 of Pentacles. So focusing on a new beginning is important. Spirit wants you to know that. Focusing on a new beginning. So that way you can start to rebuild something that's going to be more stable, more stronger, more in line with you. Let's see. Let's get one more card from this deck here. One more card, please, Spirit. One more card. One more card. What would happen? Let me ask a specific question. What would happen if those who chose pile 3 chooses to rest and rejuvenate, release this energy from the past, and start to move towards focusing on the now and their present? What would happen, Spirit? What would be the energy in the future if they choose to focus on a new beginning and in the now and rest from this energy from the past? What could they expect, Spirit? What could pile number 3 expect if they were to do this? Wow, that card got stuck in the plant. That's interesting. It's actually 2 cards. It's 2 cards, 2 cup cards. So we have disconnect and boredom. It's a number 4 card, which is related to the 4 of cups in traditional tarot. And disconnect and boredom. So you may find yourself in the energy of just feeling like, if you're not thinking about this past energy and like, well, what if, like, could I have done anything different? You might for a period of time feel, you know, disconnected. You're like, okay, well, if I'm not doing this and I'm not putting my energy into this, then you're going to feel disconnected and bored because you've gotten so used to constantly replaying and overthinking this situation from the past. So you might find yourself feeling like, oh, I'm bored. You know, what am I going to do? I'm not thinking about this. I'm not putting my energy into this past anymore. So you might have a period of that. We also have a number 9 card, fulfillment of wishes. This is also equivalent to the 9 of cups. So yeah, you might go through this period of discontentment and boredom. The Spirit is telling you that if you were to do this, you know, and be patient, have patience and have faith in the universe, have faith in the future, and know that you're supported, that you will have a fulfillment of wishes. So what you're wishing for, what you want, will come true. You will be granted a wish. You will have emotional fulfillment. All right, so I do want to grab, let's see. And this is going to be a quick reading. All right, let's grab one card from this deck here. What other messages does Spirit want to tell you in regards to this overall energy, this overall reading? Let's see what other messages Spirit has for pile number 3. What other messages, Spirit, do you have for pile number 3? What other messages do you have for pile number 3, Spirit? What other messages you have for pile number 3? Maybe 1 or 2 cards from this deck, please, Spirit. Maybe some, what other messages, Spirit, do you have? Maybe 1 or 2. Okay, sorry about that. My alarm went off. But pile number 3, what other messages does Spirit have for you? Overall messages Spirit has in regards to this reading here for you, this energy here. Spirit, what other messages you have for Call number 3, please? We'll take 2. So we have protection, guardian, drop your shield. We have stargazer, set your sights higher. All right. Protection, guardian, drop your shields. So Spirit is saying that overall, that you are protected. You don't have to worry about having your shield up, having to protect yourself. You are protected. You're protected and surrounded by your guardian angels, your spirit team, spirit guides, loving ancestors. You do have the energy of protection around you. You are protected. So know, whatever this tower moment was, this disruption that you had in the past, this feelings of maybe someone taken from you, this mental challenge that you're dealing with by just overthinking this energy from the past. Know that it's okay for you to kind of lay your shield down. Lay your shield down. Rest. Rejuvenate. You are being protected, okay? You don't have to worry. Don't worry. All that is meant for you is working out for you. You will have your deepest wishes with this fulfillment of wishes. You don't have to worry. Let your mind rest. Take a mental break. And then with stargazer, set your sights higher. So, like I said earlier, if you've kind of been trapped in the past, thinking about the past, worried, overthinking about things that happened in the past that you don't have any control over anymore. So Spirit is asking you and letting you know, set your sights higher. Set your sights higher and start thinking about things of the future. You see that he has like a telescope here. With the telescope, you're able to look, far. So Spirit is asking you to start looking and focusing on the future. Start planning your future. Leave the energy in the past. Let that be the past. Take a mental break from that. Start setting your sights on things of the future, things that are going to help you grow. Okay, so I do want to pull one more card. Get a message from the angels, our loving angels. We'll finish this reading by just getting a message from our loving angels. Any loving messages that will help Pile 3 in the overall energy of this reading. Any overall messages from the loving angels that will help those who chose Pile 3. Overall messages from the loving angels that will help Pile 3. Okay, so we have 2 here. Oh, we have 3. We have angelic protection. All right. So like we seen already, you are protected. The angels are protected. You have a spirit team. Your loving ancestors, guardian angels, you are protected. You're being protected. So just know that, okay? You don't have to worry. You're being protected. The angels are protecting you. We also have ease and grace. All right, so that's the energy you want to be focused on. Ease and grace. Lay down your swords. Don't worry. Stop trying to fight. Stop trying to protect yourself. Okay? You are being protected. You are protected. We have 2 cards that came out that shows that you're being protected. Protection, guardian, angelic protection. You're very protected. All right? So don't worry. Everything's going to work out for your highest good. So Spirit is letting you know Take a deep breath, relax, release, trying to have control, wishing you could change the past. Focus on what you have control over now and set your sights on things of the future. All right. And we have this one last card that came out, self-acceptance. All right. So loving angels are also letting you know that it's important for you to have self-acceptance, accepting yourself for who you are, accepting yourself. We all make mistakes. We all make choices that we wish we could have made a different one in the past, okay? But the truth is that we're here now. We can't change the past, but we can use the lessons that we learned, or hopefully we did learn lessons from the past. And some things aren't your fault. Some things are, meant to work out how it's meant to work out for your protection or for your highest good. Maybe individuals are not in your life anymore because they can't teach you anything else, or maybe they're holding you back from your blessings, that 9 of Cups, that fulfillment of wishes that we've seen earlier, and it's important for us to move on and just accept this ourselves. As long as we're accepting ourselves and we're doing the best that we can, that's, all that matters. We're all growing. We're all here to learn lessons. We're all here to try to be the best us that we can be. Accept yourself for where you're at right now in your life and know that you're not stuck. Know that you are protected. Know that you're continuously growing. And as long as you can accept yourself and all the stuff that happened in the past to you, the choices that you made in the past, and as long as you know that you're on this journey of growth, and you can accept yourself for where you are right now. All right, loves. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate all of you. And until we meet again, take care.